So you mentioned we're going to do something. So I think today's going to be a shorter show, Damashe.
It is. We've been live for 39 seconds. Now, here's one thing. So let's, I'm waiting to actually hear some audio come out.
Okay, just to make sure you can hear me and yourself and other people. So,
Well, I shouldn't hear other people. Then we really got some problems. It's doubled up as it is.
oh, that's not good. Ah, okay.
Oh, hit
Do.
the play button.
That usually helps. Or is the play button that video that's on there?
Hold on. I don't need your ad, man.
I think the ad's just static there for if it doesn't see anything or if it doesn't get broadcast. Because I saw the ad earlier today too. I'm going to split JAWS so you'll hear it for a second.
Volume back on recorded audio device.
Okay. So we are actually live because I heard you say what you said about us doing the thing. So, couple of things for the listeners. Sorry to any tip jar people that jumped in at like 8:55 or 55, 5 minutes to the top of the hour, whatever your time zone is, and we weren't ready because there's some weird computer stuff going on. I did do a Mac OS update right before we start recording, so that probably was not the smartest thing to do. Here's where we are. So hold on before we get too far down this pathway right here, Mike. You are running a local recording of you, right?
Negative.
Okay. Can you do that?
I cannot.
Oh, okay. So this is going to be really fun because we're not using the Zoom recording because right now Michael is hearing me through the MacBook microphone. Is that right, Mike?
Yep, I'm hearing you through the MacBook microphone on Zoom. And the reason I can't is because I'm having weird computer issues. I sat down about 45 minutes ago to do a couple of things. I've got a couple of projects I'm wrapping up. And I'm like, oh, I'll get those done and wrapped up. Well, I don't have Wi-Fi internet or Wi-Fi connection. So we have two options. One, I can switch to my phone and try from that, and then I can record locally from the Mac. Or two, we can just run with what we have right now because I'm recording you from the Windows machine right now.
Okay. Well, we're just going to do what we're doing now and we'll put it together. I will send you my audio hijack and I'll also send you your audio hijack that I have on this end also. So we'll make it work. We are streaming. Hey, everybody, we're live if you're listening. If you're not listening live, then well, never mind.
What is the live hearing?
So let's talk about this live platform that we're using right now this second. Because I hit the play button and I did a test of this late last night. So, man.
We're recording on Sunday again.
Yeah. So we're recording on Sunday because we had weather in here last night and it was screwing with my internet really bad. We have weather coming in now, but it's not here. So we have internet. It hasn't gone down. After the weather kind of went away and the internet seemed stable, I was like, well, I fixed the email. Hey, we fixed the email.
Yep. Email.
Well, kind of. I got a DKIM. Well, it's just a DKIM thing with Outlook specifically, right? Everybody else's email is working. It's just people with Microsoft email that I got to go make sure I fix that signing key issue. So I'll take care of that. But email is generally working to send emails. Ryan, if you're listening, I did try to reply to you with the link, and you're the Microsoft person that pointed out that I need to go fix some DNS records for DKIM signing. But I will get that fixed. It's not a hard problem. That's easier than fixing the other thing that I needed to fix for it to work in the first place. But coming back around, so for our tip jar people, we posted an email, and I foolishly told Mike, I was like, hey, post a link out to all our current tip jar people that will be live tonight so they can listen live. Last night, I tested setting up a platform and I test live streamed, and I thought this was like, I need to just, this whatever. We're using Owncast, so that's OWN cast, that I installed very quickly and kind of got set up. And unfortunately, when you go to the live stream, so if you go, well, we're not going to tell you the link because you're not a tip jar subscriber, so never mind. If you're not a tip jar subscriber, you don't know what the link is. Tip jar people, we're sorry, but we're working. But when you hit the play button initially on the screen, when you go to the link, it plays this ad, or at least what sounds like an ad to me. Did you hear that, or did you try it?
So when I went, I have not tried it because, again, I know what I can do. I will try it here in a second. Damashe's going to talk to you guys in a little bit. I'm going to try it from my phone because right now, with my current Windows setup, if I touch my computer, which means I ain't going to touch anything, if I touch my computer, you guys will hear JAWS because I have the Vocaster plugged into a Windows machine. But because this was a last minute connection thing, I didn't install the Vocaster hub. So it sends the main mix to everyone.
Oh, it's sending everything.
Yep. So I'm not going to go listen to it, but I will try from my phone in a moment. I did hear an ad earlier today when nothing was live, and I really like it. Sounds really cool. I'm like, oh, this sounds pretty cool. So, what is Owncast, and how did you set it up?
So
Talk for
on
about 90 seconds. Oh,
all right. So Owncast, I'm going to talk for even longer than that. So Owncast is something I discovered right while browsing through the directory of apps that you can install with Cloudron. And longtime listeners will remember that Cloudron is a open source platform that well, I don't know if they're open source or not, but unless you install a bunch of open source apps, so I'm pretty sure they're probably open source. But anyway, think of it sort of like so to get really technical about it, is more of a Docker type of thing. Like you install Cloud Run on a server. This can be installed on a VPS or a dedicated server if you want to spend the money for that, or if you're Doug and you've got really good deals on bare metal servers. I would shout out Doug, but he don't listen to my show. Or you could install it internally on a local network. However, you run this thing and then there's a web interface and you can install a bunch of different apps. This is what we use for email. The reason I'm using that for email is because it allows us to have a shared mailbox. So Mike can log in with his Cloud Run user credentials and just put in the email address or whatever for the feedback at technicallyworking.show address, and he will see the same emails that I see.
and right now, no one is hearing you on Owncast.
Oh, well, that's not good.
I don't know. It could be my issue on my phone, but so I'll talk for a couple of seconds. See, this is how things go when we test things out. Right now, it says we've been live for 8 minutes and 14 seconds. Yep. Yep. So I hear myself, but I did not hear you.
Why not have a wire connected to me? That would be weird.
Or do you have it connected to specifically the audio device that you think you're using? Oh, you can hear me talking in the background, huh?
Oh, let's see. We're
And it says I too, which I think that means there are 2 listeners on the stream. I'm not certain. So listeners on the stream. Well, I'm one of those streams. But again, people, we appreciate your patience / understanding that what we're doing.
okay. So I can't fix it right at the moment without breaking something else. Because I do have a wire going from my input block to the live stream block.
Let me say something to the live streamers in case one of our tip jar listeners are listening. Tip jar listeners, we're trying a new live stream service, and Damashe is having some tech issues, and I'm having some internet tech issues. Why does my computer not let me connect to Wi-Fi? That's annoying. I gotta figure that out like before tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. Anyways, so you guys, if we continue this live stream, we'll only hear my side of the conversation for right now. But if you're interested in hearing the full conversation, subscribe to Well, you're already subscribed.
You're already subscribed. If you're hearing, oh wait, they can't hear me.
Yeah, Damashe said, if you're hearing, he's like, oh wait, they can't hear me.
Yeah. If you're hearing this and you're not a tip jar subscriber, go subscribe and we'll probably have this worked out next week.
Yeah. So
all right, so back to the main show for everybody. So Owncast, Owncast, is just an app that I installed with Cloud Run. It can be installed other ways. I just use Cloud Run because I was browsing through like, oh, let's see what they have to do. And I was like, oh, that looks cool. Let me install that. Oh, it's up. Okay, let's do a test live stream to it. Oh, okay. They play a weird ad that I kind of don't like.
Oh, I did not get that ad, by the way.
Okay. So maybe it's
I
because
think you just weren't live yet.
No, I was live because it was showing me how long we had been live.
Oh, okay.
but I think maybe it plays it the first time you hit play, and I was in a private window to test it, so I wouldn't also be logged in at the same time. Uh, so, but anyway, platform looks cool. I did think about an issue. Now, this is primarily meant to stream video, like it's set up for streaming video. It's also set up for one person to stream video. Uh, so I thought about that as I was reading through some documentation earlier today, and I was like, oh, well, me and Mike were talking about doing video. We will eventually do some video, but I'm not sure if this is going to work out the way I want it to because it's meant for one person. So we may have to choose a different platform. We may just be streaming to YouTube.
Well, I mean, we could go experiment again with Riverside and just put the credentials into Riverside, and then whoever initiates that, then it'll capture video from both people. Or were you talking about like
I think we might actually be able to do that from Zoom.
probably
Because I think Zoom supports RTMP, I think is the right.
real-time media protocol?
Yep, that's it. So RTMP. So I think we could also do it from Zoom and just have it for our video going from Zoom. We'll test it. We're trying it out. This is something I literally put together like 11:30 last night, and I told Mike this morning when I called him, like, "Hey, we should be able to live stream, so let's do it." And send an email to our tip jar people and let them know.
So what I'm think we should do, and again, this is kind of, where this how technically working has always been is we've talked through what we want to do and how we want to do it, and then sometimes do it, sometimes don't. But I think we should email tip jar subscribers the morning we plan to record and let them know, hey, we're probably going to be recording. Typically, we record on Saturday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern or Sunday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern. So if we don't email you and you have the link, come check it around 10 p.m. Eastern, most of the time on Saturdays, but this time it is Sunday. So, add a little bit of confusion there. I mean, if we were a little bit more consistent, well, we're
I mean,
consistent.
here's the thing though. So here's one reason I was interested in this platform, and we'll see what we can do with it. If
Oh,
we
the
have to go another route,
notifications?
we will. But there are notifications. We can add this to the Fediverse so that if you're following, you can follow the show's stream on from Mastodon or any other platform that's in the metaverse, and get notified. So there's some interesting things we can do here.
Mhm, mhm.
Potentially, we're honestly really trying it out, and it just didn't go as smooth. But both of us are having kind of weird tech issues that
Yeah.
nobody was having yesterday.
Nobody was having earlier today, honestly. Like I use ChatGPT on my MacBook today, and all of a sudden I have no Wi-Fi. Well, I have Wi-Fi. It shows up the Wi-Fi, but it shows 0 bars. And then I walked in and stood literally right next to the Wi-Fi network with the MacBook, and it says 0 bars. So not quite sure what's going on with that. I've restarted the computer twice, and here's what's more important. And I know how I'm gonna probably solve it is when everyone is gone. So when Damashe and I are done, because Mallory and Ben are going to go watch Lilo and Stitch live action, I think is what it's called. So they're going to go watch a movie tonight. So when they're gone, I'm going to unplug the Wi-Fi router, wait about 10 minutes or so, and then plug it back in and see if that fixes my Wi-Fi connection issues. Because I can connect the hotspot just fine on my phone. I just didn't think it would be a smart choice.
Yeah, I thought. See, my Wi-Fi hotspot out here where I currently live, like I don't even have 5G on either network in my yard. I got LTE, and it's like 1 bar. So that's why I didn't even try that yesterday for the show to try to record on Saturday. Um, this is interesting. We also have some other stuff we're working on in the background. Things are moving now in a way because I don't really know how to explain what happened. I'm going to share a little bit of feedback. Unfortunately, because we're going to make this a little bit shorter of a show this week, we won't get to all of the feedback that I had queued up, but I want to share this one piece of feedback that came in
Okay.
earlier today about episode. Tim essentially says, I don't care about chapters, especially if it changes up the workflow and make you have to. Hold on, let me.
And take it from that episode.
Hold on. He said, so
You
here's what Tim says. I don't care about chapters, especially if it makes you guys less fluid and have to be more organized.
Oh, thank you, Tim. We appreciate it. Uh-oh, did I lose you, Damashe?
Nope, I'm still here. I was catching the end of what Tim said. He said he enjoys the show because it feels like he's really just sitting in with a couple of mates who are talking about stuff that's going on. So I
Mission
appreciate it, Tim.
accomplished.
Yep, mission accomplished. We do have some feedback from Robin that we'll get to next week when we're a little bit more situated. And
Additional to the other piece of feedback that we got?
well, he replied. I haven't actually read the email yet about
okay.
sharing his content, but also the feedback that he sent in. Like there's stuff to pull out of there. Robin sent us a really long audio message, and when I was asking about being able to use it, I didn't realize it was that long. Appreciate it, Robin. I did listen to it. I shared it with Mike. I don't know if you listened to the whole thing, but
I have not. I will for next week.
We will share all of that next week when we're not struggling, because Mike's gonna have a little bit of a rough editing job, I think, this time. So we'll try to keep this as short as possible. I do want to talk about a couple of things before we get out of here. As you can see, we're trying to live stream stuff. The email is mostly fixed, except Microsoft is a little upset, so I'll fix that. Yeah. Mike, you had some news to share, or you had a thing that's going on you want to throw out there if you want to get into that real quick with unmute.
Yeah, I will mention that now. I can't go into more details because I don't have any more details, but if you were a Club Unmute member, you got an email from me on Thursday, and you also got another email. Quick side note, it's really interesting to observe the order people read their emails in, because you got an email from me talking a little bit about me stepping back from Unmute and spending a lot of more time focusing on work and family stuff. But you also got a refund email, and the amount of people that replied and said, "I just got a refund email. Am I still a club member?" And then 10 minutes later, "Oh, I just read your email." I thought that was really interesting to observe that. But what we did is we went ahead and refunded all of the Club Unmute members a prorated refund for the amount of time you. So if you paid monthly, you got a prorated refund for this month. If you paid annually, ouch, that one hurt a little. You got a prorated refund for the year of Club Unmute as well. And so appreciate everyone's support. Marty and I, we aren't mad at each other. We didn't have a falling out or anything. It just came down to...
It was fisticuffs. Fisticuffs, I tell you. I had to break it up. All the way from over here on the East Coast, I had to break it off, kid.
Yeah, if only. Oh, no, but I had some people reach out and say, well, they haven't reached out, but there's the anticipation that some people might reach out and say, "Hey, did you and Marty have a falling out?" So just want to let people nip that in the bud and say, no, we did not have a falling out. Things are just I need to focus on work. There's some opportunities that spending a lot of my time on other projects might prevent me from taking advantage of. So just want to prioritize, and sometimes prioritizing means sacrificing things. And you gotta stick where you're passionate. And if you feel yourself losing the passion and things start to become mature, you really got to reflect on why is it that you're doing this, and is it something you enjoy doing? And right now, I'm trimming out my podcast work, so I am doing some editing through the summer for certain podcast content, and then we'll be doing technically working. And then at that point, we'll see what things look like after the summer and what I'm involved in, what podcasts I might indulge in, but focusing on work and doing a lot of automation at work. Use that. Do you remember that guy? I would look it up, but I can't right now. Do you remember that guy's name who wrote the blog post that I searched for programming with GPT ATM? And when I add that ATM at the moment, it brings up his blog post. What was his name?
That guy's name is, hold on. All right, say something again, Mike.
Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2.
Okay, so you've gotten super crackly for me. So you probably want to pull your Zoom file in.
I got super crackly for you. Am I still crackly?
Yes. Beep.
Yeah, son of a beep. So clear to me. Why do I sound crackly to you? That's weird.
it could be on my end, to be honest. Like it may not be you.
Yeah, but if it's me, then hold up. I know how I can tell. We're still live streaming, right?
Yep.
Okay, it is an issue on your end. Because my live stream, or I sound fine on the live streem. Which makes
Okay.
it
So,
even more
which is even
convoluted.
weirder since I'm the one that's pushing your audio to the live stream. So, yeah, I don't know what's going on. We're having some super technical issues. So just to reiterate, we'll get into this a little bit more. Unfortunately, folks, we are going to shorten this show a little bit. There's a couple of things we want to touch upon. Again, I want to first off thank everybody that has been sending feedback. We got some feedback, and this is more recent than the stuff that I missed for about 2 months. So we got some more feedback from Shazard. Shazard will follow up on your thing next episode. We forgot our tech issues here. I don't know why the day's being what the day is, but this is why we do the show, right? We're still going to push through. Appreciate Tim's email. We got an email from Robin. Got another email from Scout.
Wow.
The feedback has been kind of coming in, honestly. I truly appreciate people. Thanks for being a listener. I think I said this earlier in the episode, but I'll say it again to make the editing a little easier for Mike, because I think we may have stopped and started. Nope, not Tim. Ryan, do have a link for you as soon as I fix the Microsoft problem. I'll get that link over to you just in case you don't follow us on Mastodon. We're testing out some stuff. Some of it's working, some of it's not. We should have a website platform pretty soon, I think, that we're going to try out. We'll see how that goes. I have a potential new employee. Went out with them for the first time today. So we'll follow up on that next week, because everything being everything, she should work most of this week, because I'm out Friday for another job, because, I can't just work in one place.
Where are you going to be?
So I will be in Talladega at the Alabama School for the Blind doing the technology symposium that is put on every year at the end of May. This is also their alumni weekend, so it kind of kicks off their alumni weekend. I won't be there for the alumni part because I will be leaving. Let's see, the tech symposium is at 2, so I aim to be in the car and on the road by no later than 2:45. But we'll be there from 9 to 2 on Friday at the Alabama School for Talladega. If you happen to be in Alabama and want to come by and see me, I will be at the AT guys table. Not the technically working table, because we don't have that. Next week, merch. No.
No. I say no. You guys hear it first. No merch. Unless our tip jar subscribers reach out to us and say, we really want merch, you got to really sell it. I'm not doing t-shirts though. Just
no merch.
Coffee mugs. I do
no merch. I don't really think I want to do a coffee mug. Everybody does coffee mugs. Like, how many coffee mugs does one person actually need? Like,
true.
We may do merch at some point. That is definitely a way down the line thing, for sure. Because first we got to get us a website up, which again, I think we may have found a platform. Me and Mike will be playing with it over the next week. We may or may not have anything to announce about that next week. It kind of depends on how this goes.
But tip jar subscribers will be the ones we announce to first. So,
yep, because we're moving, we're doing stuff, and I'm excited about tech again. Like, stuff is happening. For sure. I mean, I was up late night last night, and it wasn't because I was doing paperwork. I probably should have been doing some kind of paperwork, but that's another story for another week. I was playing around with open source software, which was fun.
Yeah, you played with another open source piece of software that I'm interested to see how that goes. By the way, I'll go in when I get internet fixed and set that up so we can see if it worked. Do you know if that data transfer finished?
The last time I looked at it, hit an error for some reason, and I hit retry, and I hadn't gone.
Because we had too much for it; it couldn't handle it all.
Yeah, I got about 20. It was like, oh, there's an error. I'll hit retry. We'll see if we can figure that out. But things are happening. I am honestly really grateful. Like, I know we say this every week, but I mean it every time I say it. And I know Mike means it every time he says it. Like, we appreciate everybody that listens. Go tell a friend about the show. Uh, you have experienced probably the reason that I named this show Technically Working right here.
Hmm.
This particular episode is an example of why that name hit me one morning while I was sitting out on the porch drinking coffee. And I was like, technically working, because we're always technically working. And sometimes stuff technically works.
Hmm.
So here it is. We're going to wrap it up. We appreciate everybody. Thanks to our tip jar subscribers. Absolutely. We try to get you a live stream this week. We will get a live stream working.
Even if we have to test something later this week so we can both make sure everything's working well, now that it's up and running, we'll do that because we want to get you a live stream. I have nothing going on Saturday. Do you?
I do not have anything going on Saturday, so we
Weather
should be
permitting.
good to go. Weather, and here's the thing for weather for people just to be aware of. Like, I'm recording right now, and yes, I do have lightning strikes going on. But when it rains, which it was actually raining before we got ready to record this, and when we get a good hard rains over here, Spectrum for some reason goes out. Before we wrap up this week, because I forgot to do it last week, want to send a shout out because somebody at Rogue Amoeba listens to our show.
Oh.
Because I did not send in an email about loopback, but they fixed that. For whoever at Rogue Amoeba listens to the show, first of all, thank you too. Thank you guys for the software, all of you, every single one of you, men and women that work at Rogue Amoeba. You're amazing. I'm having kind of a similar problem with Sound Source right now too. So I have to quit Sound Source when I start the Mac in order for my audio to come through. But whatever was going on with loopback, they fixed it. So thanks for that. We appreciate it. I truly appreciate it because I did not send the email. So either somebody that listens to our show sent the email on my behalf, be like, hey, this is a problem, or we got a Rogue Amoeba listener. I'm going to choose to think we got a Rogue Amoeba listener. And we also got super awesome listeners who probably sent the email to Rogue Amoeba on my behalf because they have been listening for a long time. It's like, he ain't going to do it.
And I also want to say hey to Matthew. Heard in some conversations I was having over this last week that Matthew listens to the show, and I just want to say hey to him because anytime we come across listeners that actually mention technically working and how we don't really know what we're doing, but we at least have fun doing it, I appreciate that. So yeah, hello Matthew and other listeners out there. We appreciate each and every one of you. I was going to go over numbers today, not able to right this minute. I do believe we're at about 125 downloads for last week's episode, though. So it's been pretty solid. And part of me, this is why having someone else on the outside talking to you about some of these things makes a huge difference. The wanting to get more part of me said, man, that's kind of disappointing. We've stuck at 120 downloads for probably about 5 or 6 weeks right now, to the best of my knowledge. Like within about a week, it's 120 downloads. My amazing wife goes, yeah, but that means 120 people are listening to you week after week and look forward to hearing the content, and it hasn't gone down. I'm like, huh, it's all about the perspective, isn't it?
Yep. All about the perspective. You sound super robotic. So I'm gonna finish this up because I can't take much more. Mike sounded like that. He's not even riding his truck. Like I don't know. He's talking through a tube right now. All right. Thanks to everybody for listening. This has been an abbreviated and very technically challenged TW 112. We appreciate everybody that listens. Thanks to our tip jar people for sure, because every little bit helps. And the price of eggs, man, all I'm going to say. And tariffs. No, I probably shouldn't have said that. Now they're going to take us off the air. I'm sorry. Tell a friend about the show. And stay tuned because we are doing some interesting stuff. I really was having fun last night out here in the office, even though it was hot as hell, working on stuff. So stay tuned. A lot more to come. You can send us email, feedback at technicallyworking.show. And hey, we can actually reply now. So there's plus. He's on Mastodon. He is Payon, Payon, at dragonscave.space. I'm Damashe, Damashe at technically.social. You can follow the show bot at TW at technically.social. And you can always use the hashtag technically working on Mastodon as well. More stuff to come about the Fediverse in the future because one of these platforms is not both of them is definitely going to play a major role with us uh, being federated. Interesting times for social media, which is definitely something to hear me say that I'm interested and excited about the potential of some social media stuff. Thanks to everybody for listening, and we will catch you next week.
No bonus show this week.
No bonus show this week because Mike sounds like a robot. If he laughs like that again, like we'll have to clip that.